Now let's talk about. Now let's talk about the shapes in the picture. Now let's talk about his educational background. I'd like to say something about. I'd like to say something about the risk factors. I'd like to say something about our next plan. I'd like to tell you what. I'd like to tell you what I've heard. I'd like to tell you what our company needs. What do you think of? What do you think about? What do you think is the best way to solve traffic jams in big cities? What do you think about your boss? How do you feel about? How do you feel about my new hairstyle? How do you feel about the company's new no smoking policy? What is your opinion about? What is your opinion on? What is your opinion about going on a trip to Jeju on Saturday? What is your opinion on my new presentation? Well, I think, well, I believe. I think more people should use public transportation rather than their cars, especially in the rush hours. I think my boss is the best in my company. It seems to me. It seems to me that he didn't understand the expression because he was too young to catch its real meaning. It seems to me that his mother will have to stay in bed for some time. In my view, in my opinion. In my view, the film was excellent. In my opinion, there is no reason why I have to feel responsible for his mistake. First, firstly, second, secondly, third, finally, last. First, you will receive an answer sheet, and then take the rest test. First, you will receive your answer sheet, then take the test. First, put 2 cups of water in the pot. Second, put the noodles in the boiled water with the flavor packet. Last, wait about 3 minutes. For example, for instance, coastal trees, for example, become shorter and stronger in response to strong winds and heavy rainfall. We can, for instance, either tell the truth or tell a lie. I want to stress, I want to emphasize. I want to stress 3 things. I want to emphasize. I want to emphasize. Emphasize. I want to emphasize the impact that the university has on this area. Emphasize. It is important too. It is important that. It is important for me to be prepared for the final exam. It is important that we find the most effective solution to the problem as soon as possible. It is that. It is who. It is only you who has 3 brothers in our class. It was yesterday that I cleaned the house. It refers to. Art often refers to the best healing medicine. The most important rule in class refers to not using cell phones during class. It can be defined as. It is often defined as ruled by the majority. 너? 난 나가 있어 일단. Voting can be defined as one of the primary rights people should exercise. It is often defined as ruled by the majority. means. Driving too fast means putting other people in danger. Donating means helping those who cannot help themselves. In short, in brief. In brief, he is a man of great ability. In short, there's a lot of disagreement about the best way to punish children. In a word, students will be not allowed to use cell phones in class. In a word, it is high time to make efforts to protect nature for our next generation. To sum up, therefore, there are 5 ways of classifying human needs. Therefore, exercise is important for your health. To make a long story short, I want you not to be late for our meeting again. To make a long story short, don't be noisy in public places. By the way, which one is a sister, Mary, that you always talk about? By the way, when did you live there? Let's move on to the second chapter. Let's move on to the next subject of taxation reform. I'd like to say something else about the accident. I'd like to say something else about the meeting. I'd like to say something about the risk factors. I'd like to say something about the next plan. What is your opinion about? What is your opinion on? What is your opinion about going on a trip to Jeju on Saturday? What is your opinion on my presentation? It can be defined as it is often defined as ruled by the majority. Voting can be defined as one of the primary rights people should exercise. I think more students should major in the sciences. It is important to know our history. I'd like to tell you what I read about this afternoon. To sum up, we should eat healthy food. In my opinion, television can be a waste of a person's time.